Simon, just start with the news that came out the last couple of days. The FA have charged the club with failing to control their players. With what happened and why it started, are you quite disappointed about that?
Yeah, I am slightly. Look, I don't think when you talk about the terms of mass brawl, and I don't think there was punches thrown around, there was a few bodies being around. Basically, it started from sort of from their player who's been charged from the offence, and I think Bradley was first in who noticed it, sort of maybe give the lad a little bit of a push, and then players were in there to sort it out because he was looking after his teammate. And I suppose any time you get a group of players all together, the FA now look into it as a major incident, and if they want to term it as a mass brawl, well, that's probably their Trade Description Act or something like that. But we'll probably fight our cause and give our reasons why we felt we shouldn't be punished. But obviously we've been charged, and hopefully we can defend ourselves properly. We
obviously don't want to condone anything like that, but the way, say, Bradley Johnson reacted, do you think that shows what good spirit you have within the camp?
Yeah, I'm not wanting my players to go around and be pushing and shoving and raising their arms to the opposition for needless reasons. But he was there. He saw his teammate get stamped on, and he was there to back him up. I'm not saying that I want him to be fighting his cause or anything like that, because Sanchez is a big lad who can look after himself, but it shows that you have to have that unity, that the team are together. When you score, we want the players to be there celebrating, shows a unity, but obviously when things happen, then you want them to be sticking up for the teammates, as long as it's within reason and within sort of the laws of the game.
A great second half performance. Have you seen the players take that on into training this week?
Yeah, it's been lively, to be fair. It's obviously difficult when you play on Sunday. You have a session on a warm down Monday, Tuesday you have a decent session, then they're off, and then you're back into it today. So no, the players are, I think they're very buoyant from sort of the second half performance. I think they've realised what the Championship's about now, even though it's only 2 games in, that you have to show resilience and character and determination to stay in games, and once you've managed to do that, then you can build on it and hopefully show your own qualities, which we managed to do. We've always said that we like to think we've got a team capable of playing football and creating chances, but obviously you've got to do the other side of the game, and I think Sunday sort of showed that at times. Look, there's no getting away from the fact that we were under severe pressure from the top team, I think, in the division in terms of personnel and budgets, but we came through that stage and rode it out and got a deservedly so draw, which could have been quite easily 3 points.
So is having a whole week off to prepare for this game what you wanted, or would you like to go into another game on Tuesday?
No, I think you still need your time on the training pitch to get to develop things. There'll be plenty of times where we're going into games Saturday, Tuesday, so it's been good to get sort of the work that we need to do on the training pitch ready for this weekend.
Lloyd Sam, 2 goals in the last 2 games. How beneficial will that be for his confidence to have made such a quick impact?
Well, you bring Lloyd and Sanchez in when you're playing them out wide, really, to be the providers. But we've stressed all along we need players to be scoring from different patches of the pitch. We don't want to rely on sort of your centre forward having to score the main bulk of your goals. You want wide players, you want centre midfield players getting into the box and scoring your goals. You want centre half scoring from set pieces. So you want to share the burden of the goals from different areas of the pitch. So he's been in there, but also what he's done as well, he's worked hard for the team and he's created chances as well. So he's had a good start to the season, and hopefully he'll thrive off the confidence that he's got from the 2 games. I wouldn't think he'll score too many goals with his head from now to the end of the season, but if he does, then so be it, and I'll be very, very pleased if he does.
I suppose more competition in that area now. David Sommer's back after his ban. Is he someone that is in your mind?
Yeah, he'll be in the squad at the weekend. Obviously, it worked ever so well him going out to Lincoln last year, because when we signed him, we felt that we had a player, but just needed to show things by playing in league football. Went there and then came back pre-season, really fit and strong and looking really sharp, and got a couple of goals in pre-season. Obviously, served a 3-match ban now, and hopefully he's hungry and he's ready to go into the squad for the weekend.
And Millwall looking on Saturday, started the season on fire. Are you surprised how well they started?
No, not really. They're a good team. Last year they came very close to obviously catching us the last game of the season. I don't think the personnel has changed dramatically since last year. Last year they were organised, they were hard working, but they've obviously got players who were a threat in front of goal as well. So it's not surprising that they've had such a good start. It might surprise a lot of other people. They've actually gone to Bristol City and won 3-0 and then turned over Hull, who were a Premiership team last year, 4-0. So we know we're in for a tough game. And all the games that we've had against them since I've been here, at least, have always been very close. There's not much sort of between the teams. We obviously last year we came out on the wrong side of 2 defeats, which was disappointing. But yeah, we know all about them. They'll know all about us, and hopefully we get the breaks this weekend.
Because they came up with you last season from League One, do you think there's a bit more pressure or expectation to maybe win this game rather than the other 2 games with established Championship clubs?
No, I don't think so. I think the only pressure is that they've won 2 games on the trot and the top of the division, so we know what we need to do. You can't sort of pick out because the team's got promoted with you, that's an easy game and you're guaranteed 3 points, because that's not the case. And they've proved that already by getting the 2 victories, and we know what to expect from them, and it'll be a tough match for us. But regardless of them coming up with us, or it's a team you're playing from the Premiership, you've got to go out in there and try and get the results for whoever you're playing against.
And finally, just how are you injured? Is anyone back or out?
No, it'd be pretty much as we were last week, really. Everybody's in fine in that department. Again, David Solomon will be added to the squad, which gives us another option. So, yeah, we're pretty much as we are. And obviously, we're waiting for 1 or 2 still to come back, and they're making good progress in terms of Snodgrass and Billy Painter. So, yeah, hopefully in a couple more weeks we might have a few more players available.
Big news in the Championship has been Craig Bellamy coming in at Cardiff. Did that take you by surprise?
Well, he made it clear that that's where he would like to go, but when you look at the teams that are after him, all Premiership based teams, or allegedly Celtic up in Scotland, he's turned down some big offers, and his heart has obviously overruled many things. He's always said he wanted to play for his hometown team, and it's a major coup for Cardiff to be able to pull that off, and it shows what they're trying to achieve this year. So I'm surprised that he did drop down there, but then again, you've got to sort of applaud him for wanting to play for his hometown team and take them back into the Premiership.
There'll be more of this with this 25 squad rule. That's obviously by the end of August the Premier League managers will select these squads, and there could be people on the outside.
I would have thought so. If the professionals that you're talking about want to go out and play and forget about the money, don't believe me, if you're on that sort of money that Craig Bellamy's on and you're still getting paid, I think you might go and play anywhere. But there will be players that, if they think they're not going to be playing at a Premiership club, what would you rather be doing? I said it all along with some other deals that other players that have gone by the by, that don't want to go shopping on a Saturday afternoon or go and actually earn the money and enjoy playing football. So I think you're right that could happen.
Is it an avenue Leeds would explore? Is it something?
Not on 85, 90 grand a week, it won't be, that's for sure. Not yet anyway. That sort of level of money took us to into administration, so we won't be doing that for a long time. But look, it's players that I think what you'll find out is that if these players are dropping down and Premiership clubs can't use them, then they'll have to finance the players as well. There'll be a certain amount of money that we can put towards people's wages, and anything after that, then the clubs will have to bite the bullet as such and at least recoup some money that you're getting off a new club.
So that's what Cardiff are having to do. It suggested 50%, but it could be 10%, and that puts it within their budget.
Yeah, exactly. Again, every club that brings in players will have to do it within the budgets, and so they're not stretching themselves, and that will be here or wherever. And if the players earning 5, 6, 8, 10 times more, and the clubs are happy to let them out, then the clubs have to accept that, because players can, if they've got 2 years left on a contract, sit them out and cost the football clubs a lot of money. But at least they're recouping a little bit by letting them out and letting another club finance half of the deal or whatever percentage.
Do you think a deal like this will distort the Championship a little bit? Because obviously it's going to make some impact, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but I think it's a challenge to the players in the Championship. If you're playing up against Craig Bellamy, who's been a top performer in the Premier League, then even I know if I was playing against him, I would want to make sure that he doesn't get the better of me, and I'll be making sure that I up my game to make sure that he doesn't have a good day at the office. So I think it should be the other way around, that players should be loving the challenge of playing against top players, and the more players they play against at that sort of level, calibre of level, then it can only bode them well for their own careers.
With this 25-man squad as well, do you think that'll help bring some of the promising youngsters in? I know it's Leeds have been linked with another one from Arsenal this morning, but you know, the closer we get to the end of the month and these kids aren't going to be getting a game, there's a chance for.
Yeah, I think so. I think the ruling is still that anybody under 21 can't be classed as that 25. I might be wrong on it, to be fair, but I think I think it will free up players from squads that will be able to come out, and that's why you have to keep your eye and your contacts with all the sort of Premier clubs, and hopefully you can attract the right players to come here.
You've got an idea in your head of specific players in the next week who may find themselves surplus guys, so you're really just waiting to see if they get the nod on?
Yeah, definitely. I've got a list of players in different positions that we feel that we think could be available and surplus to requirements at other clubs. And then once you get the nod on them, then you might be able to go and move for them if you think, one, they're going to be better from you, and two, if you can fit them into your budgets, and three, if they want to come here as well.
It's been quite quiet for everybody across the country, quite a quiet transfer market really, but you sense it could be a bit of a scramble.
Yeah, I think it's like a domino effect, isn't it? That suddenly the Premiership do their deals, and then suddenly, again, players that are at that present club, if they've brought 2 or 3 players in, then that pushes 1 or 2 other people down the pecking order, and they decide then to move out, and that's what'll happen. It'll be the last week of the window where really things hot up in terms of Premiership, and then maybe down with all the other clubs. But I think we're like all other clubs as well. We're trying to do other things before that shuts, and then because you're not rushing around, but obviously you're still waiting for the right ones as well.
Is Nunes still here? Or?
Yeah, he couldn't play in the reserves because of sort of clearance to play in it, so it was disappointing, but he's still with us. Again, we'll see where we are. We might have let him stay for a few more days just to sort of try and clarify a couple of positions on it, really.
The scans on Snodgrass and Painter on Tuesday, did you get any definite comeback?
No, well, they've all been positive. Both injuries are progressing well. Both injuries are allowing the players to start the rehab in terms of the work that Harvey and the other physios can do with them. So, and there's been no setbacks on either player, which is good. And obviously now we want to try and get them back as quickly as possible, obviously, to make sure that they're safe before they do come back.
Millwall have been a bit of a jinx team to us. I mean, do you go along with jinx teams, or would that be nice to lay that one?
Well, you jinx and records are always there to be broken at times. They beat us twice last year, but both results could have quite easily gone the other way.
It's a playoff as well.
Yeah, when you look at it in terms of how many times we beat them, it is favouring them no more than us. But again, I think this year we're a different team. We've got a few different personnel. We know that it is going to be a tough game, but yeah, they'll be expecting a tough game, and they won't be expecting to rely on them having the jinx sign or the injured sign over us just to win the game. They'll know they'll have to work hard for it. They'll know they'll have to have something special at times to score against us. But obviously we know we've got to do exactly the same things to them.